Alright, it's time to make pecan butter. This is going to be, I think, the third batch. This time I'm using 4 cups, using the same seasoning, half a teaspoon of sea salt and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And that's a heaping teaspoon, by the way. So what I did this time is I just lightly roasted the 4 cups of pecans, and then I left about a handful on the plate, and those are a little bit darker roast, so you can kind of tell the difference. That's the darker roast and that's the light. I basically just heated these up just enough to get the moisture off of them because they've been in the deep freeze, and then the ones that were like the handful that was left, they have this darker roast to them, and that's the ones that have the lighter roast. You don't want to roast them too much. They start really tasting burnt if you do that. So that's 4 cups right there. I already pre-measured the ingredients, so we're going to put that in there. And this time we have our dead blow hammer. I'm going to do my best to knock the pecans off the side with the dead blow because my magnet thing didn't work last time. So we're going to see how good the dead blow works, and hopefully we don't crack the plastic. And we have our homemade bamboo spoons that are burnt with Fresnel lens, which is basically a magnifying glass with symbols, just to have some flair. And we're going to use our Blue Eddy. Again, this is charged by solar power only, so we're doing this off-grid. Cable's hooked to it right there. We're going to turn on our inverter right there, and we're going to start off on high, and let's do this. We're using about 312 watts. The battery's at 98%. The dead blow really doesn't knock it off the side like I thought it was going to. That's okay. So that's cool how it turns off when you twist the lid. So if I were to open this up right now, we'd have pecans falling out. So that's the only thing about doing this is the pecans want to come up the edge like that. So we have to take our spatula and carefully rake them off the top there so they don't come over the edge. Because you want them to hit the blades. There we go. Once it starts turning into a buttery substance, they don't stick on the side like that. I lost my other part here. All right, let's get back to it. About 290 watts. That just means the pecans are not hitting the blades enough. But as you can see, it's starting to turn into butter on the bottom there. Yeah, the dead blow doesn't do anything. All right, so now you can hear the change in the RPM, pulling more power now because more of the nuts are falling on the blades. We're going to give it a little attitude adjustment real quick. We're gonna push that right down. As the pecans fall on the blades more, you can hear the RPMs drop just a touch and it pulls more power. Use our bamboo spatula there. So yeah, 320 watts because all the pecans are on the blades. And eventually it'll start doing like this, like right now. It'll start curling over on the edges. And it'll stop sticking on the sides. I want to redesign this to have a sweeper on the side, some type of sweeper, like I was doing with the magnets, to stop these from, so it would blend quicker, just for time's sake for the video. If I wasn't doing the video, I wouldn't care. Pulling about 320 watts. We got 91% left in the Blue Eddy, and that's the model number right there. I don't know if you can see the model number. I love this little thing. It's a little over 200 bucks shipped. 220 shipped to the house. This was 40 bucks, 45 bucks from Walmart. While that's working on that, we'll grab this real quick. That's the blender I'm using, the food processor. It's the 8-cup food processor. So now it's starting to turn into butter. And just so you know, that right there is not a bad texture. But if you want it a little smoother, just keep running it. And we're gonna keep running it because I like it to be a little bit smoother. But if you were gonna make some kind of homemade pie crust or something with this, that right there would be a good texture to leave it at. Or we're gonna make it into smooth butter. Put her on high. Still going to be under 10 minutes. We're at 87% and 311 watts. We'll use 4 cups, so this one's not going to take as long as the last one. And we'll stop it maybe right around 10 minutes. Let's see what we got. Got about 30 seconds and we'll stop it at 10 minutes. And then we'll put it in the jar and see how much it made. We're pulling about 300 watts. We got 85% battery left. All right, that's 10 minutes, but I didn't start blending right away. So we'll give it a little bit longer. We'll do 10 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know exactly when I started the blender, but that's plenty good right there. We'll just stop it right there. All right, so yeah, that's 10 minutes. I didn't start the food processor until probably about a minute into the video. But you can see the oil is coming to the top already. So I think we're gonna leave it, yeah, and it gets warm. So that stuff is pretty warm. Let's see what the temperature is. Or 125 degrees. So yeah, it gets warm when you do that. That's pretty cool, huh? 125, 122. Yeah, it's pretty warm. A lot of friction going on there. So you can see the oil's already coming to the top. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's a good, it doesn't look like it's blended enough, but trust me, it is. It's very smooth. So we're gonna take our spatula here, and I will clean the rest of that off with my other spoon. I'm gonna put that off to the side. Now, we're gonna take our tasting spoon, and we're gonna see what we got here. This stuff is really good, and I'll tell you what it tastes like here in a second. Wow, that's amazing. So it kind of tastes like a pecan pie crust with a little of the, just say you scraped off let's say you're at the bottom of the pecan pie and you had a little bit of the sweet stuff on it. It does have a little sweet note to it because I don't eat sugar anymore, any processed sugar, anything. So everything tastes sweet now, which is really wild. Yeah, that is really good. So we're gonna put this in here and see how much we made. Again, I'm using a homemade spatula that I made last time on the last video. I'm probably going to do a live stream or a video about how I made these bamboo spatulas. I grew the bamboo on the property, and it was easy to make. It took some time, but it was easy. You don't need any special tools. Just a hacksaw is all you need. And I used a potato peeler and the concrete to sand it, like the sidewalk. Now you think, okay, this stuff is not creamy. It is. It's easier to eat than peanut butter. Like, this stuff doesn't stick in your mouth like peanut butter does. So the music you hear in the background is Color Theory. Color Theory does a lot of cover songs from Depeche Mode. He's even done cover songs from Metallica. And he does his own stuff too. And it's copyright free. So check out Color Theory on the interwebs. And you can buy his songs individually or his albums individually. Donate to him. He's got a good thing going there. All right. So we made, with 4 cups, it filled up this jar. And I'll show you how the oil comes to the top just by shaking it. We're gonna get the rest of that. This bamboo spatula thing really works good because it's got that curve to it. It scoops everything up. I'm gonna leave the rest in there for me to eat. So there we go. It's a little bit more full than it would be if you were to buy it at the store. Right there. So just the oil coming to the top. Look how quick it comes to the top. Look at that. And it'll separate just like peanut butter does. See how quick the oil comes to the top? Which I don't want to do that. I want it to stay consistent in there. But just showing you how thin that stuff is. And pecan butter is easier to eat and it's thinner than peanut butter. just in case you're wondering. And the stuff tastes amazing. And if yes, it's more expensive. This was 4 cups of pecans, which can be quite expensive. Next time I'll measure the weight and see how much it weighs. I need to get a small scale to do that though, so maybe it won't be next time. So there, pecan butter. It's amazing stuff. It's awesome. It's good for you. Pecans are better for you than peanut butter because it's a higher fat nut, and it's not so hard on your body. It's easier to digest. So pecan butter, guess that's why it's more expensive. I don't know why it's more expensive in the store, but a jar this size, like half this size, can run you like 12 bucks at the store. A full jar, I haven't even seen one for sale, but if you could find one, that'd probably be close to 35 or 40 bucks, sometimes 50. And this is organic. These pecans were picked from the property, and they come, this is what they look like before. Pull them out of the deep freeze. These came from the backyard, the tree that's right behind the house. I have about 30 trees. 15 of the trees produce very well. The other ones are just kind of hit and miss. But the one here in the backyard produces well, and about 15 of the other trees produce very well. So that's where this pecan butter came from, is out of baggies like this. And they're 3 years old now. This is from 2020, and they taste amazing. They're not rancid or anything. They've been in the deep freeze. So pecans are very magical. So there we go. And for those of you that wanted to see my face in the video, there we go. I got that covered this time again. Had better lighting, so hopefully these pecan butter videos are getting better. And this one's a little bit shorter, which is good. And we used our power from our Blue Eddy. We had 82% battery left. That's the model number there. And like I said, I love this thing. I modded it, so this is a flashlight, but it blinds you. This is something they need to fix. The flashlight should be on the side, okay? Or you should have a little thing where you can adjust where you want the light to shine. But it just blinds you right in the face. It's pointless to have it facing forward. So it needs to be on the side or the back. And I added this. This is the actual, for the DC power outlet. This is just a voltage meter I added. So if you wanted to plug in a whatever device to power something. And another cool thing, it's got USB, USB-C. It's got, if you want to charge it from the grid, you plug it in here. You want to charge it from solar power, right there. And this one is able to charge solar and grid at the same time. I think up to about 430 watts. It'll take 200 on the solar and the rest on the grid power if you want. But I charge this thing on solar only. So we technically made this pecan butter with solar power because this thing's only charged with the sun. So there you go. Oh, another thing about lights that I want to red tag this. Stop putting multi-stage flashlights. Make it on and off. Nobody uses the SOS feature. You know, low and high is fine, but this whole SOS thing, I don't know anybody that's ever used that, but maybe people do. So there we go. Like, share, and subscribe. And I love to see everybody in the chat. And please comment on the videos if you can, please. I read every comment and I respond if need be. So the more you comment, the more YouTube likes to promote the videos. So if y'all can comment on the videos, I would highly appreciate that. And another thing, Red Cactus on YouTube. Maybe I'll put the link in the description. She's doing morning sunrise videos. So that's the best way to start your day, is Red Cactus's channel on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description somewhere. And I'll also have it probably put in the comments as well. But she does a sunrise video from Arizona, and it's really cool. And a whole bunch of people from all around the world jump in her chat room, and we all start our day with coffee or whatever you do in your morning, just chatting with each other. And she reads the chat like perfectly. She'll read every comment and respond to it. So check out Red Cactus in the morning for the sunrise videos. It's a great way to start your day. Love you all, and we'll be doing one again probably next week.